You know, I think a lot of times we're like Peter, where we live in worlds where people are sick and hurting and dying, and they don't have voices, they don't have power. They're stuck in poverty. There's all these problems. There's all these things in our world that we could be doing. Good things, right? Like the miracles Jesus did were good things. Healing diseases is a good thing. Giving sight is a good thing. But at the end of the chapter 8, Jesus realizes that his purpose is not just the multitude of good things, but the singular great thing that God called him to, which was to go to Jerusalem and to submit himself to a cross so that he could be resurrected, so that redemption could come to all of God's people, not just a few in the Judean countryside. So Peter, all he can see is the lots of good things that could be done. Jesus, there's so much work to be done. We need to get busy. We don't need to go die. We need to get busy. And Jesus says, no, there's one great thing that I've been called to do, and that's what I'm going to do. And that makes Peter mad. I think that a lot of times we can be like Peter. We look at our worlds and we look at our lives and we say, my goodness, there's so many good things I could spend my time doing. Anybody in here busy? Any busy people in the room? Put your hands up real high if you're a busy person, if you feel like you're a busy person. Now, I want you to keep your hand up or put it up if you feel like there are things in your life that you wish you could do, but you simply don't have the time to. Come on now. Oh, come on. There we go. We got an honest congregation this morning. That's good. I think the problem is a lot of times we're like Peter and we want to do all of the good things, and we can't. We can't. Jesus could have walked everywhere he wanted to, and he wouldn't have been able to touch every place of the earth in one human life. But what he did is he went to the one place where he could touch every human life. He went to a cross, right? We need to understand that Jesus has something to teach us here, and that's that our lives need to get focused. Because God has not called us to do a whole lot of good things. God has called every person in this room to do a few really great things. So what are the few really great things that God has called you to do? Like for me, God has called me to be a great husband. God has called me to be a great father. God has called me to be a great pastor, in that order. Get it right. What are the few great things that God has called you to do? And what are the things that you're wasting your time doing because they don't actually line up with that? They're good, but are they great? Is it what God's called you to, or is it just a way for you to stay busy? And see, the thing is, it's hard to say no, because that's what we have to do if we're going to start to clear up our schedule, if we're going to start to end the busyness and become more focused on the few great things that God has called us to do. We're going to have to start saying no to things in our lives. And who likes hearing the word no? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, that's weird. No hands in the air. That's odd. You mean nobody likes hearing no? So when you say no to people and they react kind of weird, kind of like Peter did when Peter's saying, what do you mean? But it's important. There's good things you could be doing. And you have to say, no, that's not what I'm called to do.